Immigrants are often drawn to America by the promise of opportunity, freedom, and a better future. They find excitement in the diversity of cultures, the idea that anyone, regardless of background, can achieve success through hard work and determination. Many immigrants are inspired by the American dream, the belief that with effort, perseverance, and ingenuity, they can build a new life, create a family, and contribute to the country's growth. This excitement is often tied to the prospect of personal growth, the pursuit of education, and the ability to provide a better life for future generations. America is a beautiful country with tourist attractions for every taste. From Disney World to Yellowstone National Park to the Grand Canyon, there is so much to do and see in America. This makes for an exciting life. For an immigrant to thrive in America, however, there are some important considerations to keep in mind. Learning English. Learning English will be a badge of honor for the immigrant. Most Americans appreciate it when immigrants who do not speak English as a native language make an effort to learn it well. You will find that a great deal of Americans are also interested in learning different languages, with many trying to learn Spanish and French in particular. Even those immigrants who are from English-speaking Caribbean countries like Trinidad, Jamaica, and Guyana, for example, should consider taking English as a second language classes if necessary, because the dialects spoken in certain countries often cause people to struggle with speaking English very well. Miscommunication is sometimes prevalent among Caribbean people, with some saying words like fresh to describe juice that is not sweet enough, and others using the word zaboka to refer to what Americans know as avocado. These differences can lead to comical conversations and can provide an opportunity for Americans to learn about other cultures, but they can also cause miscommunication. ESL classes are cheap if taken at adult education schools, and of course, reading widely and doing research can help immigrants familiarize themselves with important differences in word usage. Sexual harassment and domestic violence. Sexual harassment is a serious crime in America. It may not be treated very seriously in other parts of the world, but it is not something to be taken for granted in America. Acts like touching someone's shoulders or neckline, giving someone an unsolicited back rub, and making comments about a person's appearance can be considered sexual harassment, and this is punishable by law.
Hey Mary, I noticed that your skirts are getting tight and they're showing areas you've been covering all along. I think you're gaining too much weight.
A statement like the one John made could lead to a lawsuit due to sexual harassment. It is wise never to touch someone of the opposite gender or make comments about their body or clothing choices, especially in the workplace and especially if you're a man. Even if you touch someone innocently, it can be used against you in a court of law. Lawsuits are prevalent in America, so always be careful. Some countries have no defined laws on domestic violence. However, in the United States, domestic violence is punishable by prison time and expensive fines. It is best not to touch someone, period. If you are having an argument with your husband or wife, never resort to hitting. If they hit you first, try to walk away before things escalate. It is better your pride be hurt because they hit you and you didn't get a chance to hit them back than for you to end up in prison for domestic violence. Peeing in public. You might have been able to pee anywhere in your country of origin without giving much thought to consequences, but think twice before doing so in America. This simple act can be considered indecent exposure and can have severe penalties. Some states consider it a sex crime, and offenders can be placed on the sex offender registry, especially if the act was performed at or near a school or playground. The last thing you want is to be on the sex offender registry because it may limit job opportunities and restrict housing options in the future. When traveling, try to force yourself to pee at a rest stop even if you don't necessarily feel the urge to pee. Peeing in a cup or bottle also sounds a whole lot better than jail time. Neighbors. In your country of origin, it might be unthinkable to have a next-door neighbor who doesn't speak to you or one who doesn't know your name. In America, on the other hand, don't be surprised if you encounter this. Do not take it personally. You will eventually get used to it. Neighbors may be unfriendly for a litany of reasons. The raw truth is that some Americans despise immigrants and abhor the fact that they have them as neighbors. It is not uncommon to be told, "Go back where you're coming from," or "You have no business living in this neighborhood." Racism still exists and it is just a reality. Still, you will find that most Americans are nice, helpful, lovely people who look out for their neighbors and are polite. Another important consideration is noise. People may tolerate loud music in your country of origin, especially on weekends or holidays, but the police may show up at your door in America citing public disturbance. Try not to play your music too loud, especially at night. Park in places where parking is permitted and never on someone's lawn. Regardless of what you're accustomed to in your country of origin, showing consideration for people is appreciated universally. Thank you for watching part 1 of this series. Please like the video and subscribe to this channel if you found it useful or if you would like to learn English as a second language, or Spanish. If you're an immigrant who has been living in America for a while, let me know in the comments what other pieces of advice you would give to a newcomer. See you in the next video.